is a good thing because there's no way we should be dependent on them to pick our talent.
Right.
But they are the ones who pick our comedians. They're the ones who pick our rappers. They're the ones who pick our actresses, actors. So yes, we're getting a watered down product. And it's embarrassing that they call themselves taking it, but it's a blessing that they took it. Now it's time for us to grassroot it back up to the top where it belongs. And when they try to gangster it this time, we might find a way.
In my guest appearance on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, we got to talk about the cancellation of the BET Awards and the Soul Train Awards, and what it means for black ownership of black media. Corey Holcomb and Fawcett Media dropped bombs on BET and how important ownership is.
Somebody say Corey making history. Speaking of history, I have to bring this up. I'm gonna go and do it while you on the line, because I think you'd be great to talk to about this. How embarrassing is it that a black award show was snatched by the Caucasians that bought BET?
I was going to say that.
How embarrassing is it to see that the Caucasian people can take away your stuff way deeper than people can imagine? Because I'm going to talk about how BET used to be one of those little local channels.
Right, in D.C., where I'm from.
And
I'm from the DMV.
it was BET began popularity by playing black music.
Yeah.
That's what made people start watching it. And long story short, Mr. Johnson sold BET because they were going to kill him if he didn't. You know, Sergeant Phil Cantone comes there. He's like, I heard you got a candy store. Well, me and Bugsy, we want your candy store. And we'll give you enough money to function. So he sold it because you're going to sell it if you know what's up. When you have an invention that they want, you know, Flavor of Love was just a show. Then all of a sudden it became everybody's version of a show. You name it. If you invent Wildin' Out, they stole it from my brother.
Wow.
They took his show.
They roughed it.
So we're on the BET now.
The network, which was named Black Entertainment Television, launched on January 25th, 1980. In 1983, BET became a full-fledged entity independent of any other channel or programming block, though continuing to share space with other cable networks on the local cable systems due to lack of channel room for their 24-hour schedule until the time of digital cable. So digital cable came in and gave BET a slot. So it was a timing thing, if anything. They could have just went under if that wasn't the case. Yeah, strong arm tactics. In the year 2000, Viacom, now known as Paramount Skydance, acquired BET for $2.3 billion. Based on its value in the culture, some would say that was a undervaluation, but like Corey's saying, there might have been some other factors at play, allegedly.
BET was bought by a Caucasian company, and they allowed the talent that wasn't upper echelon talent. Whenever you're ready, bro, you sit down. Whenever upper echelon talent, they used the people that were not the real deal. And long story short, they ran BET to the ground. No people who are productive really watch BET because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So we allow.
That was a time where BET was must-see watching, you know what I mean, on a daily basis. And that was because it was the place to be. They had so much to say about the culture. It actually was the pulse of the culture in some way.
Because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So we allowed the enemy to come take our product, and later in life, they told us, we're not gonna play it anymore because they're in charge of it. They're in charge of our music, a la streaming and everything. They will take your music, put it on one of these streaming platforms. You don't get your money for your music.
Yep.
At all.
And now they said, you know what? We're done with your award show.
Even though those were very popular on that network still, both of them are gone.
This is the most embarrassing thing in the world, but it's a good thing because there's no way we should be dependent on them to pick our talent.
Right.
But they are the ones who pick our comedians. They're the ones who pick our rappers. They're the ones who pick our actresses, actors. So yes, we're getting a watered down product. And it's embarrassing that they call themselves taking it, but it's a blessing that they took it. Now it's time for us to grassroot it back up to the top where it belongs. And when they try to gangster it this time, we might find a way. Craig has joined the show. Craig has joined the show.
What up, Craig?
What up? But hey, Fawcett Media, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, BET has changed hands a couple times in the past few years. Like this is one of my other areas that I'm really passionate about is media, Fawcett Media. But BET was owned by Viacom for a long time. When you talked about the Nick Cannon era, like that was Viacom that was making a lot of the moves in the network where they chose to stop playing music videos. When's the last time you saw a music video on BET? Unless it was like one of their specialty channels off to the side that nobody gets to see, right? That was part of the fabric of it, these shows. When's the last time you saw a teen summit on there? Or,
Come on.
Shoot, even hits from the streets, like.
Yeah, the BET news programs, like that stuff like that is very important. I don't know if a lot of people understand what it is to take that out of the community. Literally, it was a way to communicate to Black people, political messages, mobilization, you know what I mean? And, they started to take away stuff that was uplifting in that way. And so, you need to know that, like I said, I'm a student of media and I operate in this business, but for a lot of my career, I had to go out independent. It's so much harder to make that climb in the business. So you have to strike out on your own. You have to do a YouTube channel. You have to do something like Corey Holcomb's 5150 show. This is what we're trying to tell you. And I think a lot of people might miss that message because they hear all the noise. They hear us covering trending topics and they think that there's nothing deeper that is underneath that. But if you understand pure strategy, the online strategy, you have to gain attention. That is paramount to anything else that we're doing here. We have to figure out how to reach the audience. If that means you have to cover trending topics, you should cover trending topics. It's already written. So many things have come here that have changed the landscape of media forever. Implementation of AI, all these companies going under, belly up, major companies. And if you're trying to still go at it in the traditional way, if you're trying to do straight news and you're just, going by the book and nothing else, well, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. That's all I can say. Plus, it's more fun this way. Let's just say that.
Fawcett.
Yeah.
There's magic in our melody. They took our melody away. They took it away on purpose. There's magic when we hum and do things like that. They took it away and brought in the
Indians and gays.
Yeah. Craig said the Indians and...
Well, the Indian is a new black. Every time you see a movie now, it's a white dude with a Indian cat or some type of homosexual person, and that's the new black to mainstream society, right?
Wow.
Fine. Look at the auditions.
Yeah.
The auditions they give you.
What I was talking about with the auditions is like a lot of times you would get these auditions like in the early to mid 2000s, and every time there was a character, he was LGBTQ plus IA. You know what I mean? Like they use that as a control mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like I said, this ain't nothing against, people who live that lifestyle. It's just basically they chose that because it was non-threatening. Having a straight black man on screen is threatening. It causes some type of alarm to raise in people's head. And so what it is that persona if you haven't noticed, in the past, I don't know, 20 years has been phased out completely. We went from having black exploitation heroes, strong black characters that were sticking it to the man or whatever, to basically that character type not existing. We don't see that type anymore. And if we do see it, they try to feminize it, or they try to clown it. They try to make it into something that isn't to be taken serious. So that is something that I don't know if people have noticed that happened under their noses in the past 20 or 30 years. Just extracted that. You know, of course, that goes along with the extraction of the black male from the family structure. So yeah, they're trying to get you out of here. They're trying to replace you with the YN or the super thug. You know, like they want to say that that is the height of masculinity. And the sad thing is they've gotten a lot of our women to buy into that stereotype, that somehow that is the more honorable man, the one that's coming in making more than $70,000. Wink, wink. You know, like this scammer type or drug dealer type has taken all the air out of the room, and caused a lot of the strife that we have in the community, because people are looking at models for success and they don't necessarily see them in the media.
And that's the new black to mainstream society, right?
Bruh,
Yeah.
you ain't lying. Look at the auditions.
Yeah.
The auditions they give you.
Man.
I just think it's really embarrassing that who we are has been taken from us and told it's shut down because of whatever the reason may be. But trust me, the reason it is because you made it that way. And I'm talking about the powers that be. I'm not blind to you. I know who you are. I know what you want to do to everything beautiful we create. You want to own it and destroy it because you're jealous that you could never do it. And that is the truth. You're jealous that you could never do it. Now, am I saying white guys can't bring melody? Hell no. I know some white guys who can sing.
So-
Y'all won't be there. Hey,
Donald,
that's a bad boy.
yeah.
He's nice.
That's a bad boy.
Seal's a cold white boy too.
Seal. Boy, you crazy.
Oh my God.
But Phil Collins.
Phil Collins is cold. The
Phil
Bee
Collins.
Gees,
I'm not saying
you.
Caucasian
One of my favorites.
Caucasian people can't sing. But what I'm saying is, what we do is magical to the soul. It's like when you see the Cobra and the man playing the thing. The Cobra isn't even human, but he understands the rhythm of the world. They want to take away our rhythm in the world, man.
They want our rhythm, but they don't want our blues.
And they must
Right,
have
how about that?
They must have felt the sweat or some pressure, because now they've switched it to, they're not, at first they were saying indefinitely, right? And now they're saying that we're just figuring out where best to move them.
Yeah, you go away and let us grow into what we really are.
BET Awards gonna be
Over
on
there.
Nickelodeon.
You
next
know
year.
what?
I promise you that.
You joking, but they do that. They do that.
Big Bird
multi-cast-
gonna host.
Big Bird.
gonna
It'll be on Disney
BET
Plus or
Awards,
something.
nigga.
Disney
Man.
Plus.
His co-host gonna be Oscar. Oh, Bird, I remember that song.
R.I.P. Sesame Street. Damn, we can't have nothing. Even Sesame Street. Sesame Street, one of the most multicultural hoods on television, is now been canceled. If you, the funding's been taken from it. So, yeah, man, it was a good run though. Damn, they was almost probably 50 years in the game too. That's crazy.
Man, I used
Buckle
to.
up with this
Yeah,
and
nigga.
Fat Joe.
That's what
Fat
we.
Joe.
That's what we
God.
get.
Yeah. See, so.
That's what we.
Yep, and Fat Joe was the last host of the BET Awards. Give it up for him, BET Awards. They took Fat Joe, torpedoed the show, man. See what happens?
Away
gave
for
him a
money.
lot of money.
Like I
That
talked
was a lot
about,
of
Rob
money that he got,
Johnson
yeah.
owned it, but they came to him and was like, you can have some money or you could be killed. That's how they come at you.
Hey, the valuation of the company, he didn't even get what it was worth in a couple years after that. You know, I think he got maybe 1 or 2 billion. Like the acquisition price was low. compared
Somebody
to
said
what it
Michael
was worth.
Bolton.
Michael Bolton was cool.
Tell me how am I supposed... He hold his breath when he sings. Somebody give me some toilet paper. No,
Who's the dude that everybody thought was black that sang that song?
Michael McDonald.
Nah. I guess you wonder where I've been.
Yeah, that was damn. That nigga looked like just like the granny from
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
What you mean? What you won't do?
Yeah, that one.
Bobby
Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell. Yeah.
Bobby
Bobby
Caldwell.
Caldwell. That's right.
He was
Yeah.
cold.
He had me fooled for my whole life. Like I was a kid listening to that song. I was like, oh yeah.
And
That
they
was
keep
that's a
doing
black
it. Man,
man,
y'all
right?
remember when Pink was black?
Pink was black as hell.
Pink was black when
I
she
still
dropped.
play
Nigga, 25
that first
years
album.
ago.
That first album. That's because
Christina
it was produced
Aguilera
by
used to
women.
be black. Remember when she was black, nigga?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody, that's the history of the music industry. Is like when they're rolling things out, they like to roll them through the black community to get some type of approval. I mean, you think about the UPN and the WB back in the day. What they do? The Wayans brothers. They had Homeboys from Outer Space. Everything come through the black community, and then they roll it out to the larger public. So these artists,
Everybody's going to WB. That frog used to be dancing and singing. I used to notice it. I was like, what? He's some racist motherfucker. They got that frog kicking his legs up. Everybody wants the WB.
You so
right?
You know they bring it back
which has its
UPN.
history in minstrelsy. That's minstrelsy right there.
Yeah, that's menstrual shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, that character's been around forever, but I don't know why he was the logo all of a sudden. This person maybe in blackface.
You know
this
they
frog.
Yeah.
bringing back UPN. You heard that? Yeah, they're gonna have a show with a gay nigga called Joisha.
Joisha.
Joe to the
They're going to bring back all them old shows, but have a gay twist to it.
twist to it, right? Yeah.
The Honeymooners. How are they gonna bring the Honeymooners back as a gay?
That's easy.
Really? Because homeboy.
Hey, Ruffy boy. Like old boy said.
It's true.
Yeah.
They go
They
gay
can
all
turn
the-
everything gay.
They are. Hell yeah,
well.
nigga. Yeah. They'll call Martin gonna come back as farting on a man.
And the guy that sneaks in the window. Oh, he really gonna.
They bringing back What's Happening, but they calling it What's Happening Up in That Ass.
Not.
They bring back good times. They call it wood time.
living, brother.
Right.
They finna
Rest
bring
in
back
peace.
it up.
You just said that. Yeah.
Who?
Whatever.
D from.
Oh yeah,
D
rest
from
in
What
peace to
Happened
D.
died. Yes.
Man,
Oh,
my
yeah,
sister
D
from
passed
What's
today,
Happened.
right?
Yeah.
She did. Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Sister,
Rest in
everybody
peace.
know you from that generation when
Everybody,
you was
yeah.
on TV. We never forgot you. Respect.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, it was a great discussion, man. Corey got very philosophical, very deep on that. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you have to see the gems. You know what I mean? People see the highlights and they see what's happening in the media. They see what's happening with online commentators, and they assume that we only have one gear. They assume that we can't turn on a dime and actually say what's on our mind or what's on people's mind. You know, now we might not catch every news story to cover it on these channels, but we try our best to stay informed. You know what I mean? Like, Corey even told me about the Sha'Carri Richardson thing. So I had to then go back and study it. I knew that something had happened with Sha'Carri Richardson. I hadn't been paying attention to the story, but I'm probably going to do a video on that later. But anyway, man, that was fun. Thank you once again to the 5150 family for having me on the show. Make sure you go over there and check out the full stream on Corey Holcomb's channel. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.